Alrighty. I believe we are live, guys. Let me go ahead and mute any notification sounds that are popping up. But if you guys are joining in, welcome, guys. Welcome back to another Micro Mondays. Shout out what you guys are up to. Hope you guys had a great weekend. How many of you guys are building something over the past week? Just picked something up. Just went out crawling this weekend with some friends. Let me know, guys. It is RC710, your host for Micro Mondays. We bring you the latest and greatest news, updates, everything to get you caught up over the past week and everything Micro RC related, guys. Guys sending messages about links. Thank you so much for sending the messages. We'll be planning to get back to all the messages later tonight. Latest early tomorrow morning. So I will get to you guys so that way you guys can get those builds going. Sir Crawls a lot in the house. Milk TRC. DBD Weston, yo guys, RC Man 920, what's up? RC Yasso, what's up, brother? Cowboy Crawler RC, No Flex Crawler, my guy. Welcome, Ledge RC. Alright, that's right, guys. Let's get this show started. RC LCC 714. Yeah, the Coop RC Eel. That's right, we're about to talk a little bit about that too. Before we talk about all the cool topics for tonight, I'm going to go ahead and Dirt McGirt, our co-host. While we get him on.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Steve?
Oh yeah, we got him on nice and easy, smooth, guys.
Yeah,
so that way, keep the show on the road. But we got some stuff to talk about. Mark finally landed here on my desk. We have the new Hobby Plus Arktos, the 6x6.
Oh, yeah.
And let's actually take a quick look at this while we get it in the screen a little good. Okay, here we go, guys. So this is the 6x6. I will show you guys just a little walk around. Have the full lights out for you, Mark, to see.
Wow.
Light bar. So how many LEDs right here? It's like 9.
Yeah, and a bar.
Then we have some side markers for the toe. Right there. Have a brake light. And we also have reverse. You saw that? And then we also have hazards. Here I have like the Arktos XL for a reference, so you guys can see the size comparison. Personally, in my opinion, Mark, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But I kind of think like if you were to put a smaller scale truck on there, it looks a little even better in my opinion. But I mean, there's monster trucks getting towed around and big crawlers getting towed around all the time, so I think it suits up. Realistic operating or real operating winch, Mark, right there. You can actually swap out this winch for your micro-sized winch. So if you guys have considering upgrading that, you can check out like the NSDRC RS100 micro winch. That'll pretty much bolt right up. I think these are 1.2s, Mark. These wheels, 1.2s, 1.3s, sitting on some 60 millimeter tires, which tread pattern is nice, Mark. This is like a little hybrid from Tusks and Hyrax.
Yeah. Slash Bogger.
Slash Bogger for sure.
Mudslinger.
Swamp King,
Wow.
you know,
All right.
all that kind of stuff. So pretty
They
cool
just said,
setup,
screw it. We'll copy everything that works and all in one tire.
right? So we got 3 axles, guys. It is a 6x6. It's rocking a 280 size brush motor up front. That's what comes in the stock electronics, and then you get a
What did you just say? 280?
Yeah, 280 brushed motor.
I didn't know that was a thing.
270 or 280, something like that.
Huh.
Here, you get to see all the electronics. The battery sits up front, and then most importantly, Mark, this crazy receiver with a bunch of ports.
Yeah.
Tons and tons of ports. This is a fully 6-channel capable receiver. So
Is that
winches,
3-in-1? Is that receiver, ESC, and light module?
yeah,
Wow.
3-in-1. So it give you a full 6S RTR Fly Sky radio. Sorry, not 6S, but 6-channel with a bunch of like trim settings, and then here's all your channel settings. They have the winch on this channel 5, which is a nice like potentiometer style winch. So that means it's not just one speed. I can take out the winch as fast as I want, or I can just have it kind of slow it down or fast, however much I need. It's really controllable. I like that a lot. And yeah, other than that, there's a couple updates with this truck, Mark, that recently just happened. So if you guys see, we did fully swap out the link setup for the RC Steve 710 titanium links for the Arktos. So if you guys are looking for a link set and you want like a titanium finish or brass, any of that, feel free to message me. But they did send out a message, Mark, that they were going to ship out updated drive shafts and links to the people that purchased the Arktos 6x6. So I guess it was kind of like a little recall on that with the strength-wise of the plastic. So I did let my son, 5-year-old son, he's pretty good at crawling. I let him drive this for a little bit and got it a little bound up, and the middle drive shaft exploded, like literally blew up. So it is missing a middle drive shaft for right now, but thankfully, if you guys did get your order, they did send in the hard plastic or the upgraded version drive shaft and links for me. So if you guys did get that Arktos, make sure that they're sending you the upgraded drive shafts. Checking out other mods real quick, Mark. I've noticed that people are trying to fit SCX24 style drive shafts, like metal ones,
Right.
and those will work. I actually tested it. I didn't have any metal ones, but I did have some plastic ones laying around. And while it's a pretty tight fit, if it's the D-shape drive shaft, I kind of just opened it up with a little drill bit to make it non-D shape, like a circular shape. So if you get those drive shafts, those metal drive shafts, I actually have one here that has the circular hole and not a D shape. That will fit perfectly in the Arktos. So if you guys are looking for something bulletproof, need metal, grab the SCX24 drive shafts with the open hole, and something around this length, 40 to 50, and a kind of a little bit longer for the other drive shafts.
Aren't you glad we talked about drive shafts last week?
Yeah. And sometimes that's kind of with little mods like this. It's like, oh man, if I need that specific length drive shaft and I need 3 of them, it's like I need to buy 3 metal sets of drive shafts. But thankfully, I was checking today and I actually saw Injora RC. They actually are now offering single piece drive shafts for the SCX24. So different lengths of the drive shafts that you need. So if you just need like that specific length, they got you covered right there. Let me pull it up real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I believe if you are looking for the Arktos drive shafts, you will need something around this this range of length, either in the 47 to 57, and then that 35 to 38 kind of setup. But $8 for a single metal drive shaft, not too bad. And these are fitting. These are the D shape. That's the kind of the only thing I noticed about that. But if you are successful, because I have also heard that the D-shaped metal drive shafts will go in the Arktos no problem at all without any modification. So I didn't have any D-shaped metal drive shafts to verify that, guys. But pretty cool little option if you're looking to upgrade. You just need 1 drive shaft. But the Arktos mark is pretty fun. I think if you guys had a hauler, or if you wanted a hauler in your micro collection, that's definitely the one to get. Especially me, I don't really have a 6x6, and if you're to just want to drive some lines or like hard lines, some vertical lines with that thing, man, that thing is crazy. You don't need double bend links or anything. It's a beast. It just keeps going. See, trying to catch up here on the chat, guys. Lots
I like
going
that.
on tonight.
No flex crawler 90. That's funny. I like that.
What a huge shout out.
Just ordered the orange collar Ascent18. Looking to grab a link set for me.
Oh,
Also,
nice.
it's our homie Unnamed's birthday, so happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, brother, in the chat. Chilling tonight. Hope you have a great one. You could file down the output a little. Good to know,
I was
Knuckle
going to
Busters.
say when you were talking, you could use a Dremel and do that on one side, just make it flat. Been
That's
there, done
actually a
that.
great idea.
Been there, done that.
See, some of the OGs, you guys definitely know. Speaking of OGs, you guys missed last week, but we have a new little segment coming up later on in the show. It's called Ask Durt. So we will be asking Dirt McGirt any question or topic that you'd be interested most in hearing what Dirt has to say about it. So if you guys were checking out the comments, if you have any topics or questions for Dirt McGirt, aka Dirty Customs, leave it down in the chat and we'll be asking him later on. So let's dive in. We checked out the Arktos. What else do we have for tonight, Mark?
Oh, shit. So while we're on that topic, it was it Next Racing? Yeah, Next Racing. Have these cool actual functioning reservoir shocks.
Oh,
Not only
yeah.
for that, there was you have that on your laptop by any chance?
I'm bringing it up right now.
All right, cool. Because it was more than just for that truck, and they had different links. There were some FCX ones. Shoot, what was the other one?
So
But
they have
actual, you can adjust with a little pin screw the amount of flow to the oil into the reservoir, which will adjust your rebound or control the rebound, I guess, because the spring actually has the rebound. But You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So
That's
I'm bringing it up
really
right
cool.
here. Let's see. So we do have some Next Racing products. If you guys haven't checked out Next Racing, they have some pretty nice shocks. I actually have a little set for my SCX24, the MB24. Let me try and bring those up right now. Check that out, Mark. You haven't tried the Next shocks yet?
No, but it looks like that might be next up.
Yeah, so they have a few new products for shocks ranging from different 1/18th scale trucks as well as the FCX24 platform. But for the Arktos 6x6, the Red Cat Ascent18, the FCX24, and the only thing,
What
Mark,
was the
I mean,
length on the FCX ones?
okay, the lengths on the FCX, that was what I was about to say.
Yeah.
They're offering the lengths at 45 millimeters.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the longest. That's the only length that they're offering. But they offer them here, guys, in two options. So you can get with or without the reservoir. And like Mark said, these little reservoir ones are, you know, they must be super smooth as they have the little bleeder cap valve
Yeah.
area. I haven't tried these yet, only because I kind of prefer the non-reservoir style shocks, as those things kind of tend to get in the way sometimes. But I mean, the only other thing too that kind of is pushing me away from them is the shock length. I kind of want
Dude,
to
do a
see,
little mod there, Steve.
the travel, the limiter mod.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that, but I still think that even with limiting that travel, I feel like the stroke length would just get too limited, especially on the FCX24M. But here's some cool options. And for the Red Cat, it's also that 53 millimeter length, which would be the stock length, and then the 59 millimeter long travel kind of style. So I know a lot of people were kind of waiting, or I've been hearing a lot of people break their plastic RTR Red Cat shocks, or they just couldn't stand that ball stud screw that the shock cups kind of pop onto the screw to get mounted. So you want to get away from all that trouble, you guys can check out that from Next Racing. Anybody in the chat have some Next Racing with the reservoirs? Let me know, and for which platform. And Mark, while I was sharing that, did you catch anything in the chat?
Not about this. Yeah, mini draft decks would be cool.
I still think,
I like the Hot
let's
Racing
see.
24 big bores too. Not to
Yeah, I
mention
guess
those.
when it comes down to the best shocks, you're still liking those hot racings for the SCX?
Yeah, and those unnamed ones or no name ones from Amazon. They're not quite as good, but for the price, that's a lot of bang for the buck for an oil shock. Actually, I think they were.
Oh, yeah.
I take that back. It was RC Lions. It was a
Oh, the RC
brand.
Lions. Yeah,
A
that's
brand.
right. Let's
No
see.
fake reservoirs. They're not fake. They actually work.
Yeah, those are actually real reservoirs compared
Yeah.
to the other shocks that we see on the market.
Mm.
All right, I got a cool one. Cool topic that we can talk about now. Let's hop back over to Injora, because this will kind of tie into what we got coming next. Let's see. So, our good buddy Hafaloha, you guys don't know Jacob here on Instagram, we actually chat with him still behind the scenes, but he's actually shared with us that he just saw the new Injora Purple Viper motor, which is that 1721 size. I think this is a newer size, if I'm not mistaken. It's more of like the Nano BAM size or BAM motor size. So something definitely on the stubby size for the brushless motors, but definitely a lot of torque with the larger motor can size. So I'm stoked about this one though, Mark.
Am I
Because
reading all this right? TRX4M and Ascent. Like, why does the transmission look wild?
yeah, it looks like an SCX24 transmission and I mean chassis and everything.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I think the general gist of what they're trying to show off is that it's that larger motor spacing. So like that 12 millimeter spacing. If I'm not mistaken. Shout out guys, we'll might have to check down here, but they say that that one fits on a TRX 4M, probably with specific motor plate. Trying to look for the dimensions. Doesn't say if it's like a
2800 kV.
2800 kV,
I can't
but
really can read that.
I was looking for the motor hole. So
Right.
they're claiming that it's for the Ascent. So pretty much, I'm guessing it's a wider style spacing brushless motor, guys.
12.
So this is another option, and then I guess what I wanted to kind of tie into that is Little Guy Racing Parts just released a new product. Let me pull that up real quick. Mark, have you ever picked up their new MR24 transmission yet?
No, I still just buy generic ones.
Trying to find it for us real quick.
Is that
Uh,
a overdriven, if you will?
it has different gear ratios inside, so it kind of will make the transmission go a little bit faster or slower, depending on.
I want to go slow. I'm the opposite of Ricky Bobby.
Well, they have that MR24 transmission. That is usually, here it is right here, the MR24 billet transmission. That is mainly for their creeper style motor. So that's like the Tech Micro Komodo or small type of brushless can size. Well, now, could have sworn I saw it on there. Oh, here we go. Now they have the 12 millimeter. Oh, I don't know what happened right there. Oh, I guess it's for the members only right now. That's kind of what I was forgot about that. But you can upgrade your 12 millimeter, your MR24 transmission to the 12 millimeter mount, guys. So you'll be able to run the Mini Komodo, the Cedar, or that new purple Injora motor, Purple Viper, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool option, Mark, because I know a lot of people have been looking for different options, especially for that Mini Komodo.
Right.
Personally, for me, I have my tried and true favorite setup for the Mini Komodo. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it over the weekend. Here I actually have, the revamped Athos XL that I'm just rebuilding, and this micro Komodo or Mini Komodo setup gets the motor to sit super low, and everybody kind of was like, "Oh, what is that crazy looking transmission?" And it's pretty much a stock transmission, guys. So stock SCX24 transmission, and then the motor plate is a PN Racing motor plate for the SCX24, mainly meant for the larger, like brush-sized motors, kind of like this right here. So that's a perfect example.
Well, exactly.
Exactly, yeah. You're able to get the mini Komodo to sit probably the lowest I've ever seen the mini Komodo
Okay.
be able to
So,
sit.
Steve, while we're on the same motor mount topic, I kind of forgot until we just started talking about it. Mofo has a side mount now. It gets it even lower than this.
Really?
I don't know if you want it any lower than that, but pull up the website. I was browsing for something and I stumbled on that. I mean, it might be the same-ish, but the price point was like $11, and I want to say those PN racing ones are like 20 something, right?
Yeah, they're a little on the pricier side. Let's see. I think I see what you're saying right here. This little motor plate. Let's see. I think he's made that one before. You're referring to like this one right here?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever talked about it though.
I actually have one of those here.
Oh.
It's kind of just like a regular style, like Fury Tech motor plate. But they do.
I don't know if
But
that's
like
the one.
that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
More lower on the rail. The Fury Tech ones will all sit up high.
But
yeah,
that
one
won't
definitely
fit the
sits
mini
down low.
Komodo though. More like the Nano Bam.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about that motor specifically, but that Injora thing we were talking about earlier,
the purple Viper.
That new motor that would work.
That's pretty dope,
right? And then obviously any of those Mofo Bam styles. Can't think of anybody else who makes a motor like that besides the Micro Komodo.
Yeah. Right.
Well, that's loud.
Yeah, LGRP makes their creep motor or their creeper motor.
Oh yeah, that's it.
But I'll tell you, with this, if you want to run the lowest for the mini, grab the PN Racing transmission, and you do get pretty close to the drive shaft. So just keep in mind your drive shaft angles. But for me, I don't get any rubbing or anything getting stuck driving that setup. So you can check those out. But let's hop back over to the Little Guy Racing. So they have those motor plates coming soon. And then they've been teasing the past week a new set of axles too. I don't know if you've seen this picture lately, Mark.
Oh yeah.
But this picture has been going around, or you can see it yourself, especially if you're a early access member. You can click this link and it'll take you right there. That still says $0. That's all it's going to show you for the description. But if we take like a zoom in and kind of look around, see what we can find, there's a couple things that we can see. I guess I'll wait for you guys to kind of take some guesses at what the chat sees. But certain things that I personally see right there is I see like those hubcaps or those scale hubs. And this kind of like where my finger is, it almost looks like another blue part. So maybe like a disc caliper or something like that. So we've seen, caliper style add-ons from Samix, already done. We've seen the hubcap style, so it's definitely a set of axles, but I'm pretty sure that this axle is probably going to be announced pretty soon if they already are teasing us with this. Is it even an axle? Of course it's an axle. It says top secret axles right there. Portals? I don't know. Maybe. You guys let me know what you guys think about that. And then lastly, guys, Little Guy Racing, they have a couple of hardware kits available with new hardware colors also. Let's see if I can find that. I don't know if it's available now. Oh, they call it the Comp Frame hardware kit. It is not available today if you are not an early access member, but if you are, it is available today. And here you can see that if you guys want to match your brass axles hardware, you can get gold hardware, all gold screws, gold lock nuts, or you can pick black. So whether you want to go for the bling out version or the stealth version, they have hardware kits for you. Pretty cool. I like to see the gold, honestly. I've been kind of waiting to see somebody make some gold hardware.
Oh, well, look who's here in the chat. The man himself.
Oh, howdy. There we go. So, Mr. Jordan Pellegrino's in the chat with us tonight. So, you guys, if you are planning to get that scale hardware, they'll be available tomorrow, or you can get them right now if you are the early access members. And speaking of hardware too, Mark, can't forget our good guys over at Northwest Chassis Works. Northwest Chassis Works also has a new hardware kit available as well, and this kit, Mark, is actually pretty cool. You're gonna get your basic hardware that you need to pretty much set up your Athos chassis or any chassis that you are building. But the most important cool thing, in my opinion, is that it comes included with a CowRC micro screw box case. And if you guys haven't checked out these little screw box cases, I keep mine.
Oh, bro, those things are a godsend.
Yeah,
to keep your shit organized.
guys.
Love it.
So for under $10, you're getting a full hardware kit, and there's plenty of space to store all your existing screws and other bits. So check out those guys, providing you some good hardware. I think I saw another company offering hardware too. I think it was Shift RCs. They're also offering the gold and the black hardware guys. Those guys are specifically also offering the scale hardware. So if you wanted to dress up your beadlock rings, either in the all black or the gold scale hardware, the little scale lug style, go to Shift RCs. They have those over there.
That's funny.
Shout it out, Mark.
Oh, he just said, I need some spare screws. I swear they grew legs and walked out on me, right? They're shouting,
Yeah.
bring Jordan on. He just said it's an axle. That's kind of what I figured he would say.
Maybe we'll bring on LGRP when we get some more closer to getting teased some product shots, or
there you
we'll
go.
probably hit them up, see if they want to hop
Been
on
a minute, man.
for maybe a drop.
Definitely been a minute.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Coming back to the goodies. Oh, we have DBRC chassis dynamics. DBRC guys, if you guys have built your Gila Monster up and you're looking for another project and you recently acquired a Red Cat, our good guys over at DBRC Chassis Dynamics has a new chassis available for your Red Cat Ascent18. This is the Roadrunner chassis, Mark. That's what they're calling it.
Yep.
So Roadrunner chassis is going to transform your Red Cat stock chassis into an LCG setup. Looks like the performance has a lot more breakover and tuning options over the stock chassis. Right now, it's offered in just a printed option, which they last, they work pretty good. So if you guys are holding off for like aluminum or carbon fiber or anything like that, you gotta hang on for a little bit longer. But for right now, you can
I
get them.
talked to Davey about this, and he likes this print. He left it out in the Arizona sun for I don't even remember how many hours. He told me something ridiculous, and it does not work. So it's super beefy, even though it's 3D printed.
Yeah, it's like a super strong quality 3D print filament, so that's good to know that it can take a beating and withstand some of the elements. But you can see right there, guys, in some of the pictures, there looks to be like upper link adjustments. Here's a good picture right there. Some upper link adjustments, so plenty of tunability options, guys, based on your wheelbase, your link setup, whether you need to adjust axle casters and so forth. It's got a magnet brace setup along with unicorn style mounting system, so it should be easy to mount almost any body that you have. And they're available now, guys. They're pretty reasonable priced, starting at $20. And he is going to be closed, I believe, either by tomorrow or in a couple of days, guys, as he is like a one-man team and he's a little bit busy. So it's not his full-time job making the chassis, but when he does, when he's sorry about that. When he does have the free time, he's definitely cranking out kits and stuff like that for you guys. So check him out while you can. Get your order in before it's too late. Otherwise, he'll be open not too long, maybe like a week or so.
He said last week of September or the first week of October he'll be back.
Okay, my bad. See, it's been a busy day for me.
Hey, you do your
But
part. That's mine.
That's cool. That's a good new offering for the Red Cat Ascent18. I know there's been a couple, like one or two new chassis for the Ascent18. There's also another one that I've seen from Desert RC. If you guys have been checking him out, trying to pull it up right now, but he's here on Instagram. He has Red Cat Ascent18 chassis that he just debuted. Let me pull it up real quick. So there's a couple
Isn't he more known
options.
for that his particular paint style?
He does
Not
like
chassis so much.
those bug patina style.
Yeah, the sandback patina.
Pretty cool for sure. Yeah. Oh, it's called the Stinger Junior, guys. Sorry about the wait for that. So the
Maybe he
Stinger
does make a bigger chassis. He's calling it a junior.
Yeah. If you've seen his 110 scale stuff, he has a few chassis kind of have this iconic look of his shock tower area. So looks like he's going for the he's still in the testing stages, guys. So this one is like an early prototype. It's not necessarily available yet, but here's something of what to expect. It looks like what I like to see is it is a single piece rail still. I know a lot of guys might be a little weird trying to get around these shocks to sit straight. I'm not sure how it sits, but we see on this picture mark that he does have some aftermarket shocks available or installed on his chassis. So pretty interesting. There's a lot more options coming out soon, guys. So if you still need more options for your Ascent18, check out Desert RC and stay tuned to when that will be available. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Let's check out the Juice chassis. Here's the juice chassis right here. I actually swapped it out, Mark, for a stubby PN racing motor. Just kind of testing that out. But I do need to swap out the pinion because that pinion was on the faster SCX24, so it already is like loosened up that Delrin machine style pinion. So I'll probably put a brass pinion on there instead. But Juice Chassis, guys, another chassis offering for the Red Cat Ascent. This one's like a three-piece rail design. So I'm curious to check out those other ones, the single-piece ones. Let's see.
I think I have to drive mine now.
Dude, you definitely got to drive yours already. Let's see. Oh, so that Coupe RC. Let's also hop over to the SCX24. Let's give the SCX24.
Was that called the Eel?
Yeah, hopping back to the 24s, guys. Our guys over on Instagram, aka Coupe RC. If you guys haven't checked him out, he does have a new chassis available. If you guys like more of the flat rail style chassis, maybe not so much of the bodiless kind of style chassis, he does have another offering for you guys. This one, just like Mark said, it's called the Eel Chassis. Definitely it looks like an eel. Has a lot of adjustability in the shocks as well as the upper link areas. So it's a sleek design, super tiny belly, has a flat skid design. All the similar chassis features that you can find in the Orca, minus the cage or bodiless style, design. So it's available in aluminum right now. I think there's a limited quantity, so I'll be getting a chassis in here pretty shortly, guys. So if you need some Eel links, we'll make them crazy with the double bends and as much clearance as you can. You can see this little swooping area is nice feature to set up for outboard links as well. So Nessie, what would you guys call it if it wasn't called the Eel?
Yeah, Nessie.
Nessie, yeah, the Loch Ness.
Yeah.
So check out Coupe. And what else? Let's see. We got, I think, one more thing that we wanted to share before we check out, before we hop into our Ask Durt.
I haven't seen anything. No topic yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Lexan, that's all you, buddy.
Me? Lexan? Okay. Oh, speaking of Lexan, yeah.
The Rock Ness monster. That's a good one, Bryson. Hell yeah.
All right, I got a good Lexan one for you then.
I didn't get a good look at it, but let's do it live. My reaction to this Lexan body.
Okay. So, guys, we've seen it a couple weeks back here as getting teased on Instagram. But if you guys are Lexan lovers, you need a lightweight body for your next build or comp truck, whatever you need it for. Here we have Proline offering the SCX24 Jeep Cherokee Lexan body. And we'll start this one off with the Ask Durt. I can't wait. So go
legit,
ahead and zoom in.
Authentic. What am I trying to say? Licensed body. I think it's
licensed body
already
for sure.
Yeah. Compared to the Injora 18, whatever, not quite licensed.
Oh, I get you.
You know what I mean? You can tell right away that's definitely official. Yeah, that's a good point, Bryson. Okay, I'm gonna roll with that. If that had like some 3D printed parts or some plastic parts to accent it, like the grill, maybe the bumpers, plastic fender flares that were an option.
Roof rack maybe or something.
Yeah. Or just a few little things here that could make that tolerable for Lexan.
I'll tell you what, as the proportions, dude, it is sick. It looks
That's what I'm saying. Like, it looks
super
completely
sick.
on point compared to that Injora version.
But yeah,
I know it's a
I'd
different
have
scale,
to agree
but
with
still.
you. I would like to start seeing from Proline a little bit more like molded pieces. I would consider it because, for the SCX24 guys, I think we are kind of still leaning
Whoa,
towards that.
what's that?
Here's like a chopped look. This is when you chop the fenders off.
See, that
And
already
the
looks
front,
better.
and that's when you chop the front bumper off.
All right,
and the
so
rear
3D
bumper.
designers, start doing some grills for this. Go through the different years. I know there was some minor tweaks.
Yeah, a lot of stickers, like we said. Yeah, if we just had some molded parts, I think that would be a super sick body. But overall, it is pretty sick. Proportion-wise, it's on point. $130, the Proline price, and Proline Lexan material. They're pretty strong, so check them out if you guys need another Lexan build.
Yeah, I mean,
The
Proline's
wheelbase
legendary for that stuff. Yeah, what's the wheelbase?
stock, 135, so short
135.
wheelbase,
Standard.
standard.
Yeah, thing
All right,
doesn't want to catch me in the dark. Right? Let's wait till fucking Alfredo gets his hands on one. We were kings.
we need to see that flame.
He already got the scissors out.
There you go.
That's funny. Yeah, for $30. Not a bad deal. How's it mount?
It looks like this one probably mounts the similar style as like a hinge setup.
Right, okay. And then Velcro.
Yeah,
Okay.
so pretty dope.
All right.
What else do we got? Anything
Lexan,
else?
I ain't mad about it.
Can't get too mad about it.
No, I like officially licensed is always going to catch my eye over something that tries to look like something but doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. All right, I think it's time we ask Dirt tonight.
We don't have a question or a topic though, dude. Nobody jumped in this one.
I got one for you
All right,
already.
what you got?
You already know what I got for you. Let's talk about what Dirt would do if
What would
we were talking about the scales, like the weight scales, and like weight bias and LCG setup. So, Mark, I know you said it's more like a comp guy question. Maybe I should just answer it. But
I kind of thought about it after you asked me.
this is definitely your type of question.
All right, rephrase.
So, what would you consider setting up or looking at based on your scales? Are you solely looking based on like, okay, well, I'm in that 60-40 range, so I don't need to do any more tuning. It should be good to go. Or what else do you do? Do you do anything
Or
else,
what
or
else?
just kind of like that?
I don't just go off the weights. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Is there
No, because
anything else that you go based off of?
Can be misleading. Sure, it says 60-40 weight bias, which is great. It's a great place to start. Doesn't mean you're going to get the performance depending on how you have, say, your shocks tuned. I'm always messing with side hill is my gauge for how I set shocks up. Once I get the weight bias where I want it for ups and down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I go side hill till it tips. If it's tipping super easy, that means I don't have enough preload usually, or the springs are too soft, or the oil is too light. Same thing in 110. We do the same thing in 110. Tune. I think it's all in the shock tune, man. If you can fine tune your shocks, you can outdrive Lexan with a hard body.
I definitely have to agree with you on that, as I was kind of realizing that, it doesn't really equate if you have a good weight bias already. I would have to agree with Mark. It's all about the shock placement,
Yeah,
the
that too.
the spring firmness, spring rate, and even the link location too.
Right.
So
And now you do all these outboard links too. That helps out a lot with stability. I don't think people quite understand why we're doing that as well. But yeah, that definitely helps with side hill stability in general. Also, a good trick that I don't think a lot of people are also aware of when it comes to tuning is you want less droop or tire dropout in the rear so that your tires don't fall into holes when you're crawling. You can have a little more travel in the front, but you want less travel in the rear. And
see, I think that's the secret that I like to hear too, because
that's one of those things.
I'm kind of like, well, we want equal travel. I almost thought we wanted more travel in the back.
No, because you have more chance of rolling. The farther it drops into a hole, the more you tire lift you get, the less contact you have pulling you up. If you take your front tires off, now you're pushing the truck instead of pulling the truck.
Yeah, that makes plenty of sense then. So
I mean,
I'll be looking into readjusting some things for my shocks.
that's right off 1-to-1 too, man. That's nothing new.
Love that.
Yeah.
But speaking of like that 60/40, I was testing a truck and it had so much weight bias up front already. And the tires were like ultimate setup with the inserts vented. The oil and the shocks were already set up super smooth, but everything was just still in the wrong location. And it really wasn't it just wasn't driving how I know something should be able to drive. So whether it be an LCG build or already like forward skid setup, already at that 60/40 setup, there's always plenty of more tuning to do.
Yeah,
So
and also with that 60/40, like especially with these high angle breakover skids, like maybe you don't even need that because then your downhill suffers. You know what I mean?
that
Oh,
too.
you got the black labels? Bulk, yeah, bro. Oh yeah. Thanks for listening. You Tiny Trucks won some inserts that were made for those HD flubs inserts that were made for the black labels. And I kept telling them, get those. You'll love it. He ordered them. Hell yeah.
Dude.
I do that, honestly, knuckle busters. I drive downhill backwards all the time. It was my 110s more than anything. But I also don't comp. So
Well, I'd love to see you hop in one comp at least one day. We'll have to get it on camera. I bet you'll probably do pretty good.
I'll be like Skill Builders Guild. Just making jokes the whole time driving. Good topic though, Steve. I'm glad you brought that one up because the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, that's not just a Steve question. It was the LCG part that threw me off.
Yeah, I guess maybe I didn't know how to say it in the beginning, but I think we all kind of know what we were trying to explain.
I think at this point, the LCG takes care of itself with the chassis available. Everybody designs around that, and then of course, is all the link help that you provide, amongst others.
Yeah, I think that's a big benefit now or big plus that we've been seeing in the micro scene lately is a lot of the aftermarket chassis, at least the non-generic type of chassis. They've been implementing a lot more tunability in their chassis, especially with the link tuning, and those little incremental adjustments will noticeably, benefit the truck's performance in
You could
different
get
ways.
the link, the link adjustments too can help you infinitely or finitely adjust too with all the different hole locations depending on your link locations on the chassis. I've seen
Yeah,
some
I think,
wild ass ones lately too. Like people be doing some crazy shit.
dude, it's definitely crazy lately. Um, I think I'd like to see you. We probably should have a build off pretty soon. Maybe not soon, but let's say next month. Let's say for October. Let's build something that we don't really build often. What do you think? Like a big tire, like I don't know, bodyless style.
I think we have that coming.
I do
I'm
think so
hyped,
too.
bro, dude. I'm so hyped to make this thing do crazy cool shit. This is a big ass Suburban on 57s.
Oh man,
Yes, yes. X15s, C1 Athos, B-Tech, Cedar, RS100. Yeah. Oh, WT Micro wheels, bro. Those things are nice.
they are. I'm stoked to throw them on another little tiny truck setup that I have planned over here.
And dude, the new wider, heavy trail rings fit great.
Oh yeah.
I also saw Milk Tea. Are you still in here? Was that Shipped RCs has carbon fiber rings that fit these?
No, I'm waiting to see
Yeah,
what other
he
options.
said
I think
yes.
he might be making some pretty soon.
Well, in the meantime, yeah, Milk Tea says yep, they fit. Oh, they're metal. Sorry, they weren't carbon fiber. My bad. So that's a little
Oh, I
extra weight if you want.
think those were Shift RC beadlock rings.
Yeah, that's what I said. Shift.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I was asking
Good for
Milk
that.
Tea if he was still in here.
Yeah, maybe
Cool.
maybe something's coming soon, guys. You probably have seen last week from my stories. Another something coming from Northwest Chassis Works, possibly, guys.
Oh yeah.
Maybe or maybe not. You see it right now. Not just kidding, but stay tuned because we'll definitely be sharing more than later what's coming soon. So with all that, guys, it's been a pretty chilled week. This one, just a whole bunch of stuff constantly dropping, never ending. It's
Right?
always
When
cool and
you
exciting.
feel like there's not going to be any content, all of a sudden there's a shit ton.
Yeah, sometimes, guys, we think, nothing's happening during the week until you really compile everything together and you're like, oh boy, there's plenty of stuff to talk about. But next
Not a
week,
bully.
we'll probably have something pretty exciting to share with you guys. So stay tuned for next week. And also next week will be literally like the final week till Pro Line by the Fire is just around that corner, that following end of the week. So I'll be there, guys. If you are attending Pro Line by the Fire down in SoCal, definitely send me a message. Let's try and link up, try and get some tiny micro crawling in together, and we'll all be pretty much meeting up and saying what's up to each other. So if you are going to be there, it should be a good time. And stay tuned for next week, guys. Again, got some cool stuff to show you guys. Mark, it's always a good
Yo,
one when I can
yo.
see you on the screen, brother.
I knew it was going to be a good
So
one because I actually got your tag on the the story. Whenever I get to tag on the story, you can see me and I can see you. I don't know why or how, but because meta.
Right?
Well, thanks for everybody joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.
Later.
Late.